Hey guys, today we are talking about modeling ratios using ratio tables. Now many of you have worked with ratio tables, could be called an in and out table, or an X and Y table would be the same thing. But go ahead and draw this table in your notebook. So for each cup of rice, I can serve 3 people, okay? When I'm trying to fill these in, gets a little bit trickier. So when I'm going from left to right, I am going to multiply. Okay? So per cup, I can get 3 people. So 1 times 3 gives me 3. When I go from right to left, I am doing the opposite. And the opposite of multiplication is division. Okay? So from left to right, I multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now, if I have 2 cups, remember, I'm going to keep that same multiplication fact because I'm doing proportions. When you have a table, you're really finding equivalent ratios. So I would have to do the same thing. 2 times 3 gives me 6. 3 times 3 gives me 9. 10 times 3 gives me 30. Now, you can't just go from left to right. You could also multiply down using a scale factor. So, down equals a scale factor. So what that means is, if I wanted to go from 2 to 10, 2 times what gives me 10? 2 times 5. Well, the same thing is going to happen here. On the same row of the table, 2 times 5 gave me 10. Well, 6 times 5 is what gave me 30. So there's multiple ways to fill in a table. You just have to remember these rules. Now, a lot of times with ratio tables, you are actually going to use them to go down and then up. And what that means is you're not always going to be given the direct ratio that is equivalent. It's not always going to be pretty, and it's not always going to be easily multiplied. Okay, so let's do another problem. So John, grab a marker. So John spent 14 hours mowing 8 lawns. So John spent 14 hours mowing 8 lawns. So at this same rate, how many could he mow in 49 hours? Okay, so really what I'm doing is 14 hours, 8 lawns, and I need to use that same rate to get to 49 hours. So I am going to set up my table. This time I like going left to right or a horizontal table, but either way it's the same thing. But I think for these type of questions, doing the horizontal table is easier. So, number of hours and lawns. Okay, so I am going to split this chart into 3 sections, well technically 6 sections, 3 columns, and I am going to fill in my information. So he spent 14 hours mowing 8 lawns. How many could he mow in 49 hours? Now, I'm going to leave this middle column blank because that's going to help me find information to get to here. Because like when we did ratio tables for equivalent ratios, if I did 14 over 8 equals, and I wrote that in the wrong box, 49 should be at the top for 49 hours. So here, I don't have anything here to do that trick where we're going to multiply across and then divide. Okay? So what I have to do, because 14 times nothing gives me 49. So I can't just multiply and then figure out that bottom number. So I'm going to take my 14 over 8, and I am going to, again, use my GCF to simplify. So I'm going to divide by my GCF in order to simplify. My GCF here is 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And this is what is going to go into my middle box. Well, now that just makes everything easy, because now 7 times what gives me 49, and then I'm going to do the same to the bottom. 7 times 7 is 49. 4 times 7 is 28. So what that tells me is in 49 hours, he could mow 28 lawns. Okay?